Hey, good morning. It is Friday, July 23rd. A very happy vanilla ice cream day to you, Kelly Collis.
Oh, that's not my favorite. We need to find out when chocolate ice cream day is.
There must be one for equal time. I think that's only fair that there's a chocolate ice cream day. They say that Thomas Jefferson discovered vanilla ice cream when he was in France. So I don't think that's a thing. If they were serving it in France, he couldn't have discovered it because they would have been making it already. So it wasn't. Yeah. That's just where we're at with it. Quick check, Kelly. I can't hear you. Can you hear me? I can't hear you. Nope. There we go. I hear you.
Okay.
Mic check 1, 2.
Okay. I'm so glad that we got that behind us.
And I'm also just so sad about the insight you would have just given me about vanilla ice cream that I didn't hear because you were muted.
Oh, it really wasn't that exciting.
It was pretty vanilla.
Broadcasting around the Beltway and beyond, it's Tommy and Kelly made in DC on the Real Fun DC channel and on demand anytime, anywhere you get your podcasts.
And if we are being totally honest and transparent this morning, Kelly planned the entire show. I slept late, so I just want to make sure everybody knows that this is your work, and I'm literally just riding sidecar.
Okay, fine. I'll wait. I'll wait for your color commentary. So this is really cool and just kind of a little striking as well. So this year is 20 years since 9/11, which is just hard to believe. And we're learning about one of a very special event to mark that anniversary happening thanks to Ford's Theater. They announced that there is a one-night concert version that they're going to do of the musical Come From Away, which is, of course, about the days after 9/11. It's going to be on the steps of the Lincoln Memorial on September 10th, starting at 6 o'clock, rain or shine, completely free.
Cool.
Isn't that amazing?
That's incredible. That's incredible.
Really,
Ford's
really.
Theater, they brought Come From Away first. That was like, it premiered there before it went to Broadway. So they have a long history with that show.
Oh, I think that's just it. That's just well done.
Yeah.
I saw that press release come in, and I'm like, that has all the things.
Absolutely. That show is based on the people who were stranded in a Canadian island after 9/11. And it was like the island has like 11 people who live there, and like 7 billion people landed on planes. I'm not sure of the numbers exactly, but that's really wild, and it shows how they like came together in that time.
Yeah.
What a great like moment to have there.
Yeah, totally. And I love that it's free and it's like specially done for the evening. It's not just a recreation of the entire play. There'll be some of the people from the cast are coming down to DC to be part of it. I mean, it's going to be pretty awesome.
That's a really strong move too, and way to go to Ford's Theater for thinking that big too.
Mm-hmm. I love it. Okay, happening this weekend, and I'm so bummed I'm going out of town for this because she is one of my all-time favorites. Hello Kitty. And she's coming to DC. So this is that Hello Kitty truck that like travels all over the country, and every now and again you hear it comes through DC.
Well, yeah.
So it's coming back. It's going to be at Pentagon Row near the DSW on Saturday from 10 to 7. It's going to have food and trinkets and swag all for purchase. And I'm just so bummed that I'm missing out on this from 10 to 7 p.m. I mean, come on. It's just incredible.
And if you're new, maybe you found us as a podcast versus a radio show in our former lives. Kelly's wedding was Hello Kitty themed.
No, my wedding was not.
Or your reception. Your reception.
No, Tommy. I had a big birthday, a milestone birthday. My wedding was not Hello Kitty themed.
No, there was a Hello Kitty outside your wedding, outside your rehearsal.
Tommy.
Reception.
No, that was my birthday.
Oh, that was your birthday, wasn't it?
I love that you're trying to convince me that I did not have Hello Kitty at my wedding, for God's sakes.
That's true. I'm sorry.
I mean, I love her.
It was your big birthday. That's right. Oh my gosh. But it was at the same. Yeah, but there was a party in which you had a Hello Kitty outside the restaurant, correct?
Yes, it was for my birthday party.
Got it. Okay. I warned you at the beginning of the show. I'm a mess today, just so we're all on the same page.
Okay.
That's right. It was your birthday. That makes way more sense in my head when I transpose those two stories. Okay.
Yes.
That's right.
They were years apart from each other, but that's fine.
That's right. I'm sorry.
And in my research for Hello Kitty, though, I did not realize that there's Hello Kitty cafes in Las Vegas and in California, like that are there like all the time. So I need to add that to the bucket list. Also, it's kind of a nice little nod to Japan.
Yeah, that's right.
We're kicking off the Olympics because, of course, Hello Kitty, while she does not speak, we're not even sure she's a she or a he, does not declare her pronouns or whatever. She is Japanese.
That's true. She's like one of Japan's biggest exports.
Yes, she is. Yes, she, he, they, them. We're not sure. She has never come out and said.
Well, she can't speak, so
I know.
Probably doesn't write either.
But if you go down the Hello Kitty there's a lot of conspiracies about Hello Kitty.
Oh, I have not spent time on that part of the internet, but clearly you have, since your wedding was Hello Kitty themed.
My wedding was not Hello Kitty themed. It was my birthday. Okay, Tommy, I got a couple sports news for you for local teams here.
Love it.
This is really interesting. So the Washington football team is hosting 25,000 fans completely free for practice August 6th at FedEx Field.
Cool.
It's gonna be a little like Friday night football, and it's like they're gonna be practicing and scrimmaging and doing all the things. So when I was reading the article on NBC Sports, the first 20,000 fans can claim their free tickets. There's a link to it, and you can sit at the lower level of the stadium. And I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. I bet all the tickets are gone because it's like a free event, and it's the Washington football team, and you know, people love going to sporting events these days, especially after the last 18 months.
True that.
There are still literally thousands of tickets available. And this story is a couple days old.
Wow, really?
Yes. So if you love your Washington football team, you have nothing to do on a Friday night at FedEx Field, get your tickets.
Wow. Huh.
Yeah.
I would have thought that would have gone like, boom.
I agree. I agree. So we'll see. We'll
when
see
they
how
unveil the name as the Red Pandas, then there will definitely be people who are running up there like crazy.
For sure.
How about my Red Pandas?
Also, yesterday, the Washington Capitals and all of the NHL released the schedule for the new season, which is happening October 13th. They're going to kick it off with a 3-game homestand, starting off with the Rangers. And of note of that schedule, Kraken comes to DC in February, and that will be the first time that those two will obviously be here in DC because it's the brand new team.
That's awesome. And the draft was this week too. I guess Ovi didn't get taken away because we would have heard about it.
No, Ovi did not get taken away. They took away the goalie, but not our main guy.
Fine.
It's
fine.
We're all good.
It wasn't Ovi or Tom Wilson, so we're good.
No, I know you love Tom Wilson.
I think he's a great player.
Yes, he is. Okay.
Love it. Also, the Kraken's gear is pretty cool. Like, I'm a Caps fan, casually, as you can tell. But the Kraken stuff is pretty dope.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you know, the Vegas Knights, their first year, they went to the Stanley Cup.
That's right, and they lost.
I know.
Sorry, Vegas Knights.
To the Caps, yes. But still, like, because it's kind of like they get like all these amazing players from all the different teams. So it's not like they get like it's a young team, or like they get really good players.
Yeah, and then they get scrapped for parts when they do really well.
It's one way to look at it. It's a bizarre process.
They win the Stanley Cup, and then it's like, hey, who wants a piece of this? Or the World Series. That also happens. I'm just saying is all. Anthony Rendon should still be a national.
You're going to have to take that up with the ownership there.
Well, they won't call me back. I keep being like, I've got an idea. And they're like, no, we're good.
Don't let Tommy McFly through.
That's awesome. So I can't wait for the Kraken to come to DC.
Very cool. And Amazon, they continue doing all their amazing things. So they have this concept. You might have heard about it, the Amazon Fresh grocery store. I believe there's one out in Virginia. It's like the first one in the area to open.
Like by Springfield, like by Landmark, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, they opened up one a couple days ago in DC in Logan Circle. And it was literally like, poof, we're open, pulled down the sign. Yes.
In Logan Circle?
Yes. On 14th Street.
What?
Yeah. So I guess they're known for like, this is what they do when they open up. Like no one really knows. And then all of a sudden they're like, we're here. So then now there's another one that just popped up in Chevy Chase. They just pulled down the sign that's supposed to open up any day. It's at the old Giant. At the
this
old
is what I
Giant.
heard. I was up there and I thought the Giant was having like construction, but it seemed like there was. Have you seen the construction of this?
No.
So like I haven't been in that parking lot at the pavilion in forever, but I went to Sushiko and I was leaving and I was like, the Giant's under construction, but it's like very secured construction. Like there was a perimeter basically, and like there was like and it was also in hindsight, it was very like clean and white labeled construction. Like there wasn't like bags of cement laying around, like some guy smoking. Like it was very like tied up. And there you go. Look at that. I should have known. My spidey sense should have gone off. I should have known something was up.
Yeah. So they just pulled down the sign. And this store, of course, like you just walk in, you scan a code, and there's no check. Like you don't check out. Like it just, if you put it in your cart, your literal cart, and walk out, it just charges whatever card you have it attached to your Amazon app.
The card has like a sensor, right? I'm still not clear how this all works. Like, if it goes in the card, it gets scanned.
I don't know. Smart technology. Yeah, it goes in the cart, and then they even say like when you take it back out of the cart, they'll remove it from your tab.
Whoa!
I know. I was so excited. But here's my beef, though. Where I live, our Whole Foods, which is literally like 2 blocks from me, has been closed for 3 years. It looks done. It looks completely done. The sign is up. They've done all the construction. They've got rid of the rats, all the things, but it hasn't opened. And I'm like, you turn around and open up these Amazon Fresh grocery stores like in a heartbeat. And this one has been under construction literally for 18 months.
You should call your councilwoman, Kelly. I don't know what to tell you.
Mary Che, get involved.
It's been like, I can't believe it's in 3 years that thing's been closed.
Yep.
Huh.
Yep.
That was always the most horrific parking lot too, because it had 4 spaces underground and it was not big enough for cars that were made in beyond 1984. And it was
yeah.
I dinged up when I lived near you, I dinged up so many fenders in that damn parking lot.
Yeah.
And then they eventually put the little like bouncy squishies on the poles.
Yep.
The same things you have like for kids, you like at playgrounds.
Yep. I smashed in. I backed in. And I had my 2 kids in the car. I didn't see the pole and literally smashed my back window and shattered into 1,000 pieces in that garage. So hopefully it's a little bit better.
I wonder if they're prioritizing like the Whole Foods, the Amazon Freshes, if they're like easier, cheaper, or whatever to build, or that's like the focus now.
Well, I guess they don't have to really train a lot of employees, right? Because there's not the checkout.
Right. That's true. Oh, I also wonder like worker shortage if that's why the Whole Foods isn't opening, right? If they don't have like a staff it right now.
I don't know.
I feel like all the cave dwellers in like Spring Valley and Foxhall are going to be very upset about their Whole Foods not opening. I think I think you could get a lot of like big money people with an axe to grind to help you with your campaign, Kelly.
I got better things to do. I just want it to open so I can get like an occasional like prepared foods, something for lunch.
I feel like you got something here. Also, just like hold out because Wegmans is coming. Wegmans is coming to Cathedral Heights.
Yep, next year.
My goodness, I'm so excited for that. I went to the Wegmans in Tysons, and I was just like, I went in the middle of the day. There was no one there. I literally skipped up and down the aisles. It was amazing.
It's kind of it is kind of an amazing place.
I felt like I was on Guy Fieri's Grocery Games. It was just like me. It was one of my first like maskless like grocery store experiences, and there was no one there, and I was just like tra-la-la-la-la, checking out all the stuff. It was amazing.
Did you buy a lot of stuff?
I bought so much stuff. I made the mistake of getting a cart instead of just like a basket or like a mini cart. Oh, I got the like I'm a mom shopping for 6 kids cart, and I was like, let's do this. I do not have mom with 6 kids cart storage in my condo, that's for sure. So we had stacks and stacks of LaCroix on the counter for a while.
Wow, the struggle really is real. You had LaCroix on your counter, stacks of them.
I told you that's like my one MTV Cribs thing. You open my fridge and it's like just full of LaCroix.
Okay.
Or LaCroix if we're being fancy. Not an ad, but it could be.
Okay, this is an amazing story, and this thanks to the Washington Post for featuring this. So there's this teacher at Bullis School in Potomac, Maryland, who's a new mom. And she was talking to her colleagues about some of the challenges because her husband had a brain tumor and lost his mobility. He's in a wheelchair. And they were so excited to be able to have this child. This happened to her husband several years ago. They were so excited to have this baby, but he wanted to be really involved as a dad and be able to take his baby on strolls. And it's hard to believe that this doesn't exist, but there's not a baby stroller that's readily available for people in wheelchairs to be attached to a wheelchair.
Huh.
And
wow, when you say that out loud, that's
right?
crazy.
Like I've never seen one. And so she did all this research to try to find a special stroller, or like there are some baby strollers that come with like an attachment that you can put on, but like they couldn't really find anything that works. So her colleague, which has like a special program for students that like make creative things and solve creative problems, came up with a wheelchair and a baby stroller attached to one another.
That's remarkable. I'm looking at the article you shared, Kelly, and it's like two metal rods that come out of where the feet would go on a wheelchair, and there's two other poles that come out of like where their hips would be above the wheel, and then there's like a platform, and the baby sits in like a car seat buckled into this structure.
Yeah.
Huh.
So to do the prototypes, they bought all this like used wheelchairs and strollers and tried all different things. And this is what they came up with. Isn't that incredible?
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Like, wow.
It's really cool. And so, I mean, again, this is when I have this conversation with my high schoolers. I'm like, you need to try harder, because these are kids that came up with this.
It really is. And the photos in the article, they show like the kids in the classroom, like measuring poles and all kinds of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That is wild.
Yeah. So now the baby's facing him and they can go for a stroll together. As it should be.
I love that. And so the baby sits in like a baby seat facing him, and he's wheeling. So he's able to wheel, but also like attend to his kid.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I love that. Feels. That's awesome. Way to go, Bolus.
I know.
That's so cool.
Really cool.
My goodness. Aw, in Germantown, Maryland. Kelly, that's a great story. I'm glad I slept in. I'm glad I slept in this morning. I didn't read that ahead of time because I'm hearing about it first from you now.
Can you stop rubbing in that you slept in this morning?
Listen, I don't feel good about it. What?
Okay. I don't know why. Are you projecting then?
Yeah, when you sleep in roughly an hour past your alarm clock, it's not a great, like, refreshed, like Snow White birds chirping feeling. It's a horror of like a sprint on a treadmill, and you just coffee to the face, and like, did I brush my teeth? It's still unclear, and you just show up here. So I'm not coming in all fluffed and folded.
Really sorry about that, but you did get an extra hour of sleep, so good on you.
There you go. Thanks for getting involved this morning. If you want to subscribe to our podcast, my goodness, we would love it. You can subscribe anywhere you get your podcast, like where you're listening to the podcast right now. If you're listening to the podcast right now, hit that subscribe button, or on Spotify, it's the follow button. And please give us 5 stars, even if you feel we don't deserve it.
Yes, please. And maybe this one, you give us 4.5. I don't know.
No, don't screw up the average.
We'll see you next time.